All right. It should be coming alive. There we go. So we want to be, it should be coming alive. Yeah, we want to be landscape for this, because otherwise I can't fit everything vertical. Sorry guys, it's just frustrating. This platform just makes it impossible for us content creators to get anything done sometimes. Let's make sure we're working. Okay, cool. There we go. All right, so we're gonna take these tires off because they're tiny and put tires on. So new development. I actually have, these were the original 3. This one showed up today, and the rest of mine mounted ones came up. So we gotta jack this thing up, and well, before we do anything, I need to figure out where my my hardware is, because these tires should have came with wheel hardware. So anyway, this is what we got. So I got a gray wheel because black and white and silver are boring. That's actually an oversized 33. We'll compare it to the true 33 over there in a minute, but I mean, you can't really tell from up here, but there is a significant size difference here, and it should fill the wheel well out. Oh boy, we might be in for a little bit of modification here, because this is over a 12-inch. This is about a little over a 12. This is going to hit something. This is going to rub on something. I think that crash bar, that right there, you're probably going to have to cut that out. These are going to rub. It's not the height, it's going to be our offset depth. This is a 25 millimeter offset wheel. I was going to go with a 0 millimeter offset, but I was afraid that was going to push the tire out too much. When that offset basically will pull this out. So the offset is the mounting face. So the hub, you see how where this bolts up to the hub on the truck is sunk in? It's closer to the center of the tire. Well, yeah, that's why we'll get rid of the crash bar. It's going away. Whereas with the stock wheel, the face is right here on the front. This is a 45 millimeter offset. It's 45 millimeters outside of the center of the wheel. This is a 25 millimeter offset. It's 25 millimeters outside the center of the wheel. 20 millimeters, I think, is just shy of an inch. So common offsets, at least for this size wheel, were 25, 12, and 0. If you go negative offset, then that brings the tire out, or brings the wheel mounting surface in. So lower numbers including negative in, positive numbers or higher numbers out. So we don't want to end up negative. I was afraid if we went with a 0 offset, which is like what I would default to, I was afraid with the 0 offset when we turn the wheels, because the wheels push out, I was afraid we were going to clip the bumper, or more importantly back here. See, I can modify our bumper. If we have to trim that bumper, that's not a big deal. Aftermarket bumper, it's made to be modified, but I can't really modify this fender unless you really want to start cutting and doing body work. So I didn't, it's a good thing we went with the 25s, because this is a lot of tire to stuff under there. Again, it's not the height. Even if we went with a 35, that's not going to change much. 35 would be about another inch higher, but it's the width. And this, I mean, you would consider this like a flotation tire. This is about 12 inches wide. That's 10 and a half. We want more contact patch when aired down. We want this to really squish out, so you want a wider tire. So I'm going to put you guys on the truck, and then I'm going to wheel all those wheels and tires over here. And we're going to have to figure out where the lug nuts are, because they came with lugs. I don't know where the lug nuts are. I'm assuming in one of the tires. Okay, I can make do with this, I think. All right, let me wheel these over. I'm assuming they just like stuffed them in the tire. But yeah, we'll compare this to the 33 12.5. These are 295/70. Which is just the metric way of measuring a tire. Oh my God, this is like, these are about 100 pounds too, by the way. So this tire is 67. The tire is 67 pounds. And the wheel is 30 pounds. So heavy combination. So this is when you get them mounted, this is how they ship them. So, I mean, they're protected. They're inflated, which I don't know if it's standard practice to inflate the tire before shipping or not, but any other time, I'm not kidding. Like, I've had tires and wheels mounted and shipped before, and the tires always come mostly deflated in the past. Mostly deflated. Like a little bit of air in it to hold the bead, but usually it's deflated. These might have 60 pounds of air in them by the way they feel, so. But we can talk about why this is the appropriate tire in a minute, because a lot of people, and I appreciate the feedback. The fact that people are interested in what I do enough to send feedback, I guess, is a good thing. But I've gotten lots of emails and lots of messages. Nope, not in here. God, that's freaking heavy. Telling me I picked the wrong tire. That tire's not safe. You shouldn't drive a mud terrain in the rain. You shouldn't be storm chasing with this. You're gonna kill a family, blah, 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 blah. First of all, oh, I think it's in this one. Yeah, hardware enclosed, here we go, because I need to get the hardware out. First of all, those of you that don't know, there's different designations for tires at ATs, MTs, RTs, HTs. So like an HT is your highway terrain, which is just like a standard car tire with like a highway, just a boring tread pattern. It's made to drive on the road. You got all terrains, which is your AT tire, like VFG KO2s and Yokohama Geolander, like the G015s and like Hankook Dynapros. Those are made to have a little bit more aggressive tread pattern and help you a little bit off-road. It's a more substantial and aggressive tire. Then you've got RTs, which is stands for rugged terrain. Sometimes referred to as a hybrid terrain, but they didn't dub them HTs because there's already HTs. And an RT is basically just, yep, there's the hardware. An RT is basically just an all-terrain with deeper tread, more aggressive tread. And then an MT used to just generally be called, or used to just be what you would call a mud tire. Like these, with these big knobs in them. I'm trying to get this package out of here without getting a box cutter. Come on. I really don't want to go get my box cutter, but I'm gonna have to. But now, over the past like 10 years or so, MT has really kind of been like redubbed. It's not really mud terrain anymore, it's maximum traction. I see a lot of YouTube reviewers calling it multi-terrain, and that's false. It stands for maximum traction. And the reason for that is because they're really, in the advancements of tires over the past, like, especially the past like a decade or so, now, like, when we talk like mud tires, like this, like realistically, this isn't a mud tire. I mean, it is, but like a mud tire would be like, I don't know, one of those super swamper tires or something. I forget who makes those, but like something that really isn't made for on the road at all, like that would be a mud tire. This is more of a maximum traction tire. But it definitely, and you can tell by looking at the tread pattern, this is, I mean, very obviously meant to be biased to perform well in the mud. Now the thing with this MT, that's why a lot of these arguments are moot. They sent me silver lugs, they were supposed to be black. Cool. Well, we'll put them on. God damn it. Can you guys do anything right? Holy smokes. Not you guys, just it's been an ordeal, but they're supposed to be black. But that's fine. I'll swap them out, but they'll get the tire on. But anyway, I'm gonna go over here and get a jack. But the sorry guys, I'm very tired. Son of a gun, these don't have an adapter in there either. Hold on, I gotta find a socket that fits this. It's probably a 19. But these things, the reason I run these tires is in the past, because I've had these before, in the past, these have proven to be really good performing in the rain for the type of tire that they are. I mean, you lose a lot of on-road performance with a tire like this, obviously. Different tread designs obviously are going to give you different types of performance. Oh no, this is a 21. Cool, so I can use the factory tire changing hardware with it too. Okay, cool. So, but with this tire, you don't really lose a lot of wet road performance, because obviously, as you can imagine, wet road performance is a problem and a big deal for me, because we're always driving around on wet roads. Let me grab a jack and we'll get this thing swapped out. But always driving on wet roads. And it's not, I mean, this definitely, these do worse in the rain. They for sure do worse in the rain than like an all-terrain would. Or a highway tire. I mean, for sure, but sorry, loud jack noises. But they don't do as bad as you would think they would. They actually do pretty well. They actually do so well that I really don't notice a difference between them and my KO2s. Snow, they do really well in deep snow. Not as well in slush, but also not terrible. With this build, sorry, I'm trying to jack the truck up here. With like, dang it, my jack might be too small for these tires. Hold on, guys. Like with this build and what I'm doing with this truck, it is most important to obviously, I mean, we need to do good on the highway, but we really need to be able to do good off-road, because if we get stuck, then we run into problems where, I mean, yeah, we're stuck, but it's a financial thing too, because now you're spending, what, $300-400 to get somebody that's capable of off-road recovery out. And that's an expense I really don't want to incur. You know, it could be a safety thing too. Like, we obviously don't want to get stuck in the path of a tornado either. So I'll bring you over. I hope I got this jacked up enough. I might have to get a bigger jack. Okay. So this tire should give us, well, something I didn't mention too, like a bigger tire like that, we're less likely to damage our equipment too. You know, because you're gonna get ground clearance with that too. So this tire should give us about an extra 1.25 inches of height. And it's gonna be the most important height. So when we put our suspension, like the lift kit, like any suspension modification is good because it gets your frame up off the ground more, right? But you still have lower control arms, rear axles, etc. that are lower. You can't, because that is like the foundation or the platform, you can't get that any higher off the ground unless you put a bigger tire on. So like a proper lift is gonna be, you know, a suspension lift plus a bigger tire. Just putting a lift on doesn't really gain you a whole lot unless you're gonna put a bigger tire on also. So we've got a 3-inch, well, the ride height on this is 3 inches higher than what it was stock. And we're gonna add about 1.25 inches. So we're gonna be about 4.25 inches higher than stock to like the body and the frame. But the differential, the axle, is gonna be 1.25, 1.5-ish inches higher than factory, even though the body and the rest is up higher. But that 1.5 inches is huge because right now with this tire, when we air down the factory tires, you gotta let air out of them like off-road and stuff. When you air them down, you lose about 3/4 inch. When I go from 35 down to, oh, these mosquitoes. I go from 35 down to like 18 and we lose 3/4 inch. Well, now we're not gonna lose that 3/4. In fact, we're actually gonna gain a little bit, so helps a lot. So there's gonna be loud noises while I rattle these off, obviously. Who the hell's here? Oh, it's the neighbor, I think. Oh, these freaking mosquitoes. Yeah, somebody's gonna say something about the jack stand not being there, but it's not really necessary because we're keeping 3 out of the 4 tires on at once and I'm not going under the vehicle. This is a 3-ton jack. I don't know how much this truck weighs, but the front end of it's not 6,000 pounds. I need the new lug nut. I mean, realistically, folks, if it slipped off the jack, it's not, it's really not even gonna damage anything. I always have to add that disclaimer because you get the safety Sallies out there and they get kind of pissy. And then you get emails about how somebody's Uncle Jim Bob in 1942 lost their hand because he didn't use a jack stand. And how, God, Jesus, this is a heavy freaking tire, folks. This whole assembly is about 100 pounds. Whereas the other one, the other tire is about, that's probably about 50 pounds. And you're probably thinking, oh, well, 100 pounds, whoop-de-doo, you know, I do that all the time. Yeah, cool, so do I, but when you're bent over, crouched down, and all you can do is get these 2 fingers in the hole to align this, because you're not, you know, like I'm not wide enough to like just bear hug this thing and get it exactly where I want and freaking put a lug nut on at the same time without a lift. It's pretty heavy. If I had a lift, you can just bear hug it and stick it on, but I don't, so we kind of gotta finesse it a little bit and get our holes to line up prior. We gotta go up. I don't know if I can go up. I don't think I can go up anymore. I think we're good. You can get an apparatus or a tool that actually goes under the tire. It's like a little wheel dolly to help you get your tire on, like semi tires and stuff. And when I'm for future tire rotations, I might actually consider that. Now somebody's gonna be like, are you seriously starting those lug nuts with your impact gun? Yes, I sure am. Very carefully. I don't want to hear it. We don't play by the rules on this channel. Very carefully. Oh look, there's this little airplane dude. Yeah. Oh shit, he's got a friend. I don't know how safe that is, but it definitely does not look, it definitely looks a little homemade and maybe a little bit rigged, but you guys got more balls than I do, that's for sure. But yeah, if you start your lug nuts with an impact, if you're very careful, it's fine. And if you strip out a stud, then, well, that's on you. So I'm just really, really lazy and don't want to take my gloves off, so. All right, we'll hand torque them here. Let me grab another wheel. Well, when I say hand torque them, I mean I'll put a tire iron on them. I mean, you guys know the drill. So, because these are nice wheels, I don't want to risk over torquing them or under torquing them, wallowing out holes, etc. So we're gonna do it the right way with these, because these are nice. They weren't too expensive. They were what, 150 a piece? They were on sale. That's the thing with these wheels. Who made them? Allmax? No. I'll have to look. I'll look. I don't even know who made them. It's a company I never heard of, but these wheels were on sale or closeout or something. And they were like $150 off. It's like a $300 something wheel. They got super cheap, so at least for what it is. Now's a good time to check your suspension too. I don't think I got any issues, but best way is honestly just to grab your tire. There's a little bit of wiggle because both the front and both front wheels are off the ground, so it's wiggling back and forth because they're connected. But you know, if you've got play where you shouldn't, you'll usually feel it. Sweating my balls off already. All right, we will compare tires here in a minute. Let's get this freaking beefer on here. Yeah, here's the lip. So these are aftermarket shocks. These are Ranchos, and Rancho. Do not confuse them with. No, I'm sorry, not Ranchos. Son of a gun. No. Yeah, they're Ranchos. Don't confuse them with Rough Country. Rough Country sucks. Ranchos don't. These are actually good. So the lift is built into the strut. They're adjustable. I got the same ones on my Tahoe. They ride super nice. Expensive, but don't get the Rough Country lift kits. I've heard that they're fine, but they don't last very long. Like the shocks that come with them, those N3 shocks, people are saying they're blowing out at like 30, 40,000 miles. I mean, shit, that's 2 months of driving for me. That ain't gonna fly. I got 125,000 miles on my Rancho quick lifts on the Tahoe, and they're perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with them still, which is good for a shock, so. Come on. Okay. I have to go wash this thing too so we can see it clean with nice wheels and stuff. Man, it's hot out, guys. Last week here in southern Wisconsin, it was freezing. It was like 57 degrees. And right now, it really ain't that hot out, but it's like humid and there's no breeze. It's really like tropical feeling. It's really weird. Not what I expected. I tell you what though, guys, I'll take it over freezing ass cold. All right, moment of truth. Does it look better or worse? Holy shit. Okay, I'm telling you right now, it's a good thing we didn't put 35s on here, because holy shit, I don't know if I would have been able to fit them. I mean, people fit them. People fit 35s on these trucks. But god dang, it, whew. See, look at the comparison. I mean, holy smokes. The front's gonna look a little bit higher than it should because we jacked it up and the suspension hasn't settled. Because when you jack it up, the suspension pulls in. So it's like maybe a ½ an inch taller in the front. But that still doesn't change the fact that that wheel makes that thing look like a donut. So that, I don't know if we could fit, like people are fitting 35s with just like a 2-inch level, and this is a 3-inch level basically. So I don't know how the hell they're doing it. It must just be so crammed in there that they're just not giving a crap. But so stuff I'm looking for here, like it looks like we're gonna have room. It's gonna clear. It'll clear the crash bar. It'll clear up here with plenty of room. It would hit the front crash bar, but it's already taken out. I'm checking the ball joint and the upper control arm back here, and there's plenty of room. So they fit. We don't have to modify anything. Let's unbox another one here. Oh, here real quick, what we'll do, we're gonna compare the 33 12.5 17s. Then these are getting sent back. This was the fiasco where they showed up late anyway. So this is just gonna be a ½ an inch wider than this tire, which is a 295/70 17. So this tire is gonna be about a ½ an inch wider, but you'll notice this tire back there is about 3/4 of an inch taller. Inflated. Remember, inflated with weight on it, this had squished down a little bit. So it's about 3/4 bigger. So that's why I went with a metric size. I could not find any tire that I liked that wasn't under $400 in 305/70 17s. 305/70 17 would be basically this, but just a smidge taller. But that 290/70, that's a good size, size, and it's about ½ an inch skinnier, which will help us on the rain, because of the wider tire, usually the worse it does in the rain. But that's why having a 12-inch wide versus a 1-inch is probably a good thing. But how's it look up front? Better. See, and they don't stick out too much, which some people want their tires and wheels to stick out. I mean, we got about a ½ an inch of poke, maybe an inch. But you don't want them to stick out too much, because otherwise they throw rocks and mud, and all of this here just gets covered in mud. Every little mud pit you go through, even just the rain, like the truck will get so dirty you can't see out of them. But yeah, you can really see the difference. I mean, hell, just look at, I know this isn't concrete, but this is pretty level, but just look at the tops, look at the line. I mean, holy smokes. So typically every 2 inches in tire size that you go up, you get 1 inch of lift, because if you go, this is a 31, if you go to a 33, it'll be 2 inches taller, but that's split because it's a circle, and that bottom is the only part that does the lift. But what I don't like about these tires is these 31s that come on these trucks, these are 265/70 17s. I think they're too narrow. like they don't feel as stable. Whereas anytime I've put like a flotation tire or like anything, I mean, hell, even if you went with see, those are 265s, even if you go with the 285, just that extra inch, like an 11.5 wide, that little bit really helps. Like they feel more stable. Like a truck, in my opinion, should have a bigger tire. I don't know why we're putting small tires on trucks. Like, I know why. It's fuel efficiency. But I don't know. This is also a small wheel. It's a 17-inch wheel, 8.5 wide. These are 17-inch wheels, 7.5 wide. So these tires and those tires will not fit on those wheels. I mean, they would. You could put them on there, but they're not going to be right because they're going to pinch and they're going to start to balloon because the bead's going to pinch. Okay. But yeah, those are 17 inches. A lot of people will do 18 or 20-inch wheels with this size tire, but we want as small of wheel as possible and as much tire as possible, so when you air down, you've got a lot to squish. But these are good tires, sidewall protection. These will be good in the mud. They're gonna be loud. They're gonna be loud, but this is also a pretty quiet truck inside, so I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal, but. Okay, this is good. So we did that comparison. Now that I got this tire off, and we'll do another comparison here at the end, where I'm gonna put all three of them together. But we'll look at the stock tire next to the 33 12.5. Maybe if anybody's looking to buy tires for their F-150. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed, guys. So there's the 31, the factory 31 by the 33. And yeah. There is a bit of a height difference, but not a lot. 31-inch tire. So this is that's like a 31.5. This is a 33 12.5. So these tires, these Destination MT2s, run small. They run small in the standard inch sizes, but they run big in the metric sizes. I don't know why. So this is not even a true 33. It says 33 12.5, but it's really like a 32.4 12.5. That's why it doesn't look much bigger. That's why I'm glad that we're not putting those on. Because it's not a whole lot. You really only gain the width, but yeah, we're gonna gain. This is good. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I mean, keep them as spares. I mean, you can still run them as a spare, but anything else? Yeah, I don't know. The tires, I'll probably break the tires off the rims. I don't know. Let me, we'll unbox another tire here. I say unbox, I mean like cut open another tire, I guess. But yeah, I'm overall pretty happy because it's always a bit of a crapshoot because you never really know, like, are they gonna fit? And if they don't, then you got to deal with the fiasco of sending stuff back. And yeah, we got another one unboxed, so I'm gonna pull the freaking stickers off, for God's sake. Let me put one of these next to the other ones here. I'm gonna bring you guys over, but I just kind of want to show size and difference and stuff. Yeah, the 305s would have been preferred, but I guess 305s were a limited size for some reason. So here's the three lined up. So we got the 31, it's 265, 70, 17 stock, 10 wide, or I'm sorry, 7.5 wide wheel. 32, 12.5, 17, 290, 70, 17 on an 8.5 inch wide. So again, you know, that inch size tire in the middle is going to be just a smidge wider, but you can see quite a bit of height difference. I know it might not look like quite a bit, but there's a good solid 3/4 of an inch between this one and this one. You have to remember that when this one's got air in it on a wheel, it would pull it open a bit. This one over here is overall larger, but you can really see the difference between the other tire there. So the thing with having a little bit skinnier tire too, these tread lugs, they're a little bit closer together. Might be a little bit less noisy. Maybe not a lot, but a little bit. So bear with me. We're gonna do the back. One at a time though, because I really don't want to jack that up on the differential. I mean, I could, but I just don't want it teetering, even though I did on the front. Loud noises. This is not the appropriate jack for gravel, but it'll do. We're gonna pick it right by the U-bolt. Just gonna put it on one of those U-bolt studs and there we go. Yeah, hopefully they're not too loud. Hopefully, but if they are, it is what it is. I think, I'm not saying that putting a 35 on here is totally out of the question, but it's definitely pretty unlikely. I really like the looks of these. This is pretty good. Pretty pleased with them. Oh, that's right, I need to do these brakes. They're not shot, but they're gonna be shot. There ain't much, I think they're original too. The front ones have been replaced, but I don't, these back ones, I think they're original. They're down to like 3 millimeters. So it's time. That'll be easy. Pads and rotors on this will take 20 minutes, if even. Like, I'd probably do them just as quick as I can change these tires. So nothing to it. It's 4 bolts. Throw some new pads, throw a rotor on it, and be good to go. Trying to get the stud orientation how I want it. I might go get my pry bar. These wheels, you can't get your freaking hands into them to pick them up. Oh, for Christ's sakes. You can't stick your hand in here to manipulate it. Oh, for fuck's sakes, man. I just don't want to sit. I don't want to sit down and get dirty. That's why I'm trying to puss out with this a little bit. I just use my foot, but I might have to sit down and actually freaking bear hug the stupid thing. Oh my God. Where's my fucking pry bar? For anybody with a rude comment, I'm sure they're, where's my pry bar? So I'm sure they're out there. And bear in mind, this is about 100-pound assembly. Oh, I can lift 100 pounds, no problem. Yeah, cool. Cool, so can pretty much every other grown adult. But when you're crouched down like this, and you can't put your hand in there. It's kind of a pain. If we were on a lift, it would be different, so you can just bear hug the thing, but sometimes if you just stick a bar under here, and hold it so you can, because you gotta spin it to line the lugs up and shit. And god damn, you really, this is a pain in the ass. I can't get my fucking hands in these wheels, like at all. That is a problem I did not think about. It's fine, I don't give a fuck. God, come on. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, trying to pick that up with 2 fingers is kind of a downside to wheels like this, so. Oh, hey, there's the socket. So, if you're thinking about these wheels, yeah, they look good, but kind of a pain in the ass. But that's okay. That one's gonna cross thread. That's why I said you just gotta be careful. That one's gonna cross thread if we don't do it by hand. Actually, that stud might be. That stud's got a burr on it, hold on. I'm gonna do that one last. I don't know if it's because the tire's sitting on it or if it's got a burr and I'm gonna be replacing a wheel stud. One of the two. Mosquitoes are killing me. I don't know why they're so bad out right now. They're usually not bad at all. All right, moment of truth. If I get a pound of new wheel stud in here, it ain't the end of the world. But that other lug nut came off kind of goofy. I wonder if I burred up a thread or something. No, it's fine. I'm at that point in the project where I just kind of ran out of energy. Let me step back and look at this. Yeah, I think we could fit 35s on it, but I don't really. The thing is too, is we get to a point, because I'm the one that's got to rotate these. I'm the one that's got to do the maintenance on this. I would actually like these to stick out a little more though. And ultimately, I'm the one that has to do all the work on this. And if we go with a 35 on these, we're probably going to go from 100 pounds. Like, we're going to go from like 100 pounds per assembly. We're probably going to go up to like 120. Yeah, 110, 115 maybe. Like, it gets to be a point where it's like, is it worth it? Because you're just making a lot of work for yourself. Pick this thing up. Okay, good enough. I need tools now. God damn it. I gotta go get another one. Did you get another airplane? Oh, the same one. You want to wheel this over? She's got her plane. Give Mom your plane so you don't break it.
You gonna stay out here with Daddy for a little bit?
No.
No, I don't know where the gray cat's at. I didn't see him. Where? Why? Why is it inside? Great. Great, another cat. Yeah, there's gray cat. Oh, careful. You're getting run over. All right, push. God damn it. It's a fucking tire. Running shit over. All right, the kid and the cat's coming over, so. Are you helping or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, don't climb or hang on this right now, okay? I don't want it to come off the jack. All right. Tell that cat to be quiet. What are you staring at? What's your deal? Yeah, I know, I see it. I hope he doesn't come over here because the cat drives me nuts. All right. If you want, do you want to go put all this cardboard and shit in the fire? Hey, throw it in there. Yes. And I will have more for you in a second because you can take this crap too, okay? Hey, you can pick it up unless you want whatever. She's wheeling the cardboard circle across the driveway. Whatever, man. If it works, it works. Take the sticker. I hate when you go to a tire shop and they leave the frickin' sticker on. Just shreds. And you get little chunks of it all over. I'm gonna have to buy a tire dolly because this is gonna kill my hands. Sorry, technical difficulties. Like I said, with being able to shove 2 fingers in your 100-pound tire and wheel assembly sucks. That's okay. I'm over it. I bitched about it and I feel better now. All these mosquitoes are horrible right now. I think they're coming out of the grass. They're usually not bad. It's just these past couple of nights they've been terrible. What? Hold on. Done. What are you doing? Great. Okay, so we're done. That was it. Easy. Back to your normal programming.
I'm gonna leave at 7.
Okay.
To Ashley's,
Okay.
and then I have to do meeting, a virtual meeting about tomorrow.
Okay. Hey, bring your cat.
Bring Gray Cat over there.
Come, just walk this way. It'll follow you. Or not. Okay, fuck me too. So, there it is. All done. 130 bucks at Harbor Freight. And yeah, I'm probably gonna go get one. Should have one. But, because in the winter, it's really a pain. to fight with that stuff. So we're gonna roll this forward to settle the suspension and then make sure that those wheels or the tires don't rub. Where's the cat? Bring it over. Hey, don't hit me. Come on, cat. Lily, watch out, okay? This is a new cat. It just showed up.
Is it sick?
It purrs. Here, can you hear it? What's Gray Cat's name? Gray Cat. Yep, Gray Cat. Really good job with that name. Hey, be careful with that stick. I really don't want to get hit. And don't hit a car, okay? Hey, that's going to break and hit you in the face. And then you're going to be pissed.
I can't break it.
Don't break it. It's a nice stick.
Go bring it by the fireplace.
Oh, it's mine. I can't play with it.
Yeah, play with it. Don't break it. Or don't throw it on the ground either.
It's Nana's walking stick.
No, it's not, because I threw that in the fire already. I threw that in the fire a long time ago. So we have to rock the truck back and forth a little bit. To settle that suspension. Get that ride height off the jack here. Because I don't want this sitting up weird. So let's see, does it rub? Hope not. Well, I can't get it to stay, but no, it doesn't rub, it clears. Okay, we're good. We're good. Ooh, if we put a 35 on, hold on, dropping signal. If we did put a 35, we'd have to trim this, but otherwise it's good. So, it's good. We're done. So, that was it. That's the end of the stream. So, and yeah, it is a lot higher. The ride height is a lot taller because it really get up into it. So, all right, we're good to go. That's that. Why are we dropping signal? Why is my Wi-Fi not working? Okay. Well, that's it, guys. So thanks for riding along. For some reason, Wi-Fi is dying. This is ridiculous. There you go. Wi-Fi is crapping out. I don't know why. But there we go. So I definitely think that looks better. I'll torque them down, but you don't care about that part. But I'll torque them down. Honestly, guys, I might go to a 35. I might put a 35 on here and try it. I'm not in a hurry. That's something we would do when these wear down in a couple of months, but because we can fit a 35, but if you go with a 35, you're going to get about an inch more. So you're not gaining a lot. It's not like It's not like going from a 31 to a 30, like this. A 31 to a 35 would be a big improvement, but going from a 33 to a 35 really isn't. So it's one of those things where maybe we'll try it for the hell of it, but that looks good. So lots of clearance under there now. Okay, that's cool. Just run me over. Yeah, something's wrong with her. Anyway, so there's plenty of clearance under there. And here's the cat again. Great. Cat.
The green cat is cute.
Yeah. He's really skinny, but he just got dumped off. Because I know somebody's going to make a complaint about the cat being thin. I'm sure that'll be the next thing. Oh, he's an animal abuser. Racist animal abuser. But the cat literally showed up here like 3 days ago. Somebody just dumped it in the yard or something. Because it just showed up. I think it was somebody's inside cat. But he's really friendly. That's a great cat. He's really friendly. And he's not sick. He's just skinny. So he'll be fine. He's fed now. He has food.
Come on.
Because I'm sure the comments on Twitter are coming. So, yeah, as you can tell, he's very friendly. And kind of annoying. Because it follows me around and doesn't stop meowing. But anyway, so that's it. I'll be out of here. Oh, shit. What the fuck are we doing up here? Yeah, no kidding, Lily. I see the airplane. What do you think I'm looking at? I can't tell what it is. Anyway. What? Yeah, I saw it. All right, say bye, kitty.
What?
I was talking to the cat. Kitty. Hey, cat.
Sit.
Kitty. Okay, whatever. All right, I'll be back tomorrow with an update. We'll do transmission fluid or something. Oh, radar update. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a radar update. See, here it comes. This is what I was talking about with the cat prints yesterday when we were in Kansas, or when we were in Nebraska yesterday, and I was comments about the paw prints. It's these, and it was that cat. All right, so there's 3 severe thunderstorms. No, there's no airport, but there's some guy that flies those little ultralight airplanes. I see them around here all the time, and they came from that direction that they were flying, and it was 2 planes. I wonder if whoever it is like flew in with those, and then I don't know, but. I mean, I guess anybody can land in a field. I don't know. I don't know where they came from. I've never seen them. But so Raton, Des Moines, and Clayton, New Mexico. You guys got 3 supercells. Let's go to single site mode here. Yeah, a couple supercells. It looks like 70 mile an hour golf ball hail. Yeah. Clayton, New Mexico, you might be getting swamped here with some big hail soon. This thing's moving toward you. It's 23 miles east of Des Moines. It's moving southeast at 20. This is New Mexico. So it's moving at 20. Clayton, this will be over you in about 45 minutes, unless it dies. So that's what we're missing, but that's all right. So, what are you throwing? Great. All right, well, that's it, guys. So I'm going to clean up this mess, and we'll be in service, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.